What's up guys, how you doing today? I kind of want to bring you a video talking about are anime Roblox tower defense games dead? This is a question I've seen thrown around heavily by a bunch of other YouTubers, and especially a lot of you guys in like Discord servers and stuff like that. And I think it's a really important topic because I mean this is something that a lot of people really think is important, and I mean I think it's definitely important. This channel, even though it says Roblox in the channel name, is practically just for anime Roblox at this point. Maybe in the future I'll upload other stuff that's like anime, but for now this looks to be the only thing I'm going to be doing. So with all of that being said, let's get into the question, is anime Roblox tower defense games dying? So to properly address that question, firstly we're gonna have to look around at all the other games that are out, all the anime tower defense games that are currently out and released. I'll flash them and their player counts up on screen while I'm talking through this, but let's start off with the main gleaming example that I always hear brought up whenever this question is brought up, and that's Anime Adventures. I mean, Anime Adventures sits at a very low player count now. Obviously, having around like 2,000 or 3,000 a day is still really good, but comparing that to having 100,000 about, I would say about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, 2 months ago, like they were at very high player counts during those times. And like, look at it now, it's at 3K, 2K, some days you see 1K, it's bad. I really thought it was impossible for a game of Anime Adventures magnitude, just because I thought it was going to be kind of that nostalgia bait game where a lot of people just love it just because it's Anime Adventures. But no, it really did surprise me and it really did fall off, which is honestly something I didn't want to see because I love Anime Adventures, but it happened. Another super big example for this question could be Anime Reborn. When it first truly was unveiled and released for a lot of us to play, it was getting pushed down a lot of our throats by a bunch of YouTubers because it was just getting plugged by a bunch of YouTubers. I don't know if they had stakes in the game or whatnot, but regardless, Anime Reborn released with like, I remember it having like 60 to 70k player count, and I mean, it's another example of just, it's as simple as just look at it now. I mean, it struggles to get 1,000 players a day, and it sits around 700 to 1,000, which feeds into that question for a lot of people of are anime tower defense games dying? Because I would say recently we went through a really big phase, and when I say we, I mean all of you guys. We went in a really big phase of all these anime tower defense games just kind of coming out and dying, or these super old ones like astd and AA dying. So I think personally, if I had to give you guys an example, I think we're in an era of anime tower defense games where I don't think they'll ever die. I think anime tower defense games will always be very similar to simulator games, where there'll just always be a new one and there'll always be ones getting pumped out and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think this era is best described as kind of like a soft reset for the anime Roblox tower defense games, because now look at it. If you guys remember when Anime Vanguards came out and Anime Reborn came out, there were like a bunch of anime games, anime tower defense games to be specific, popping up and blowing up like crazy because everyone was looking for that next big thing. And when you have people asking this question, this proves that a lot of people aren't satiated with whatever's the huge thing everyone's playing. And for example, that huge thing would be Anime Vanguards, and it would be Anime Rangers X whenever that comes back up. As a recording this, it still isn't back up. It's supposed to be up Monday, they said, but we're not sure. And Anime Last Stand. Obviously, there's other anime Roblox tower defense games. Anime Power Defense is a super good one. It's underrated. Anime World Tower Defense is also amazing. I'm sure a lot of you guys heard about that. And there's a couple of other anime tower defense games that do exist, but those are like the big ones I know a lot of people still play consistently. And you may have seen it on this channel, you may have seen it on other people's channels or YouTube videos or whatever, but we're just getting started. When I say this is a soft reset, is because basically the only two big games I would say are Vanguards and ALS. Anime Rangers, I would say, is kind of its own thing. It is technically a tower defense, but I would not compare it to something like Vanguards or ALS. And what I originally was going to say was, we're in this new era of seeing a bunch of games pop up and die, and you're going to be seeing it a lot here because there are a lot of anime Roblox tower defense games coming out. So to answer that question of is anime Roblox tower defense games dying? Yes, they are dying, but because they're dying and because we have the knowledge of these games dying, they are getting replaced basically equally as fast. I can think of about 5 anime tower defense games that I know that are coming out, that I'm in servers for and like know the developers for, and it's genuinely crazy how many of them are coming out. I just think the problem with all of these anime tower defense games coming out is they're all trying to top each other in quality or in gameplay or just in some aspect. Like one game has better models, one game has better effects, one game has better gameplay, one game has better animations, and that might create some sort of overlap. We don't know yet, because obviously all these games I'm talking about, like Anime Zone, Anime Rush, Universal Tower Defense, Anime Fantasy Re, obviously these games are not out, so we have no clue of even telling if these games will live or if they truly are higher quality. But if you need proof that people are definitely looking for things like that, go look at Anime Rangers X. I mean, yes, the game's been taken down because they were stealing people's models, but that game is sitting at over 100k when it was alive, which is insane. This just shows people are fiending for more games, and a lot of those games are being made. So yes, to answer that question, are anime Roblox tower defense games dying? Yes, but I would not take that as a solid answer for long, because we are about to get a huge wave of games coming in. And obviously, as a YouTuber, that's my due diligence to like create a bunch of content on these games for all you guys. I 100% will be doing that. I kind of just like to make whatever I really want. If the game's super popular, I'll check it out, and if I like it, I'll just keep making videos on it. So yeah, with all these upcoming games, I'll make videos for all you guys to see if you think it's worth playing, to see if I enjoyed it. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys' support. I love you guys. We're super close to 1,000 subscribers. We're about, I think, 150 off as of recording this, which is amazing. I mean, I can't thank you guys enough for the amount of growth I've had in the last like 3 months of uploading. It's been crazy. I thank you guys a lot just because I think you guys really do deserve it. You deserve to hear it. I'm sure there's not a lot of YouTubers out there that thank their fans still. So yeah, I love you guys. Make sure you guys keep supporting. I appreciate it. I love it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.